Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family. Question: with the COVID-19 pandemic, are your assets and financials growing or are they dwindling? We know that we are in very challenging times and that these times can be either good or can bad. We know that many people have lost their jobs, lost their income. Millions of people have been affected negatively. I don't know, even for myself, our business has been affected. But we have to get up and face the situation as to how to meet the challenges. What are the formulas and strategies that you have in mind? Let me share with you today 7 strategies and ways that you and I and friends around can actually either minimize your loss or your dwindling of your expenses or your wealth, or you can grow it, because this is the era of exponential growth and extreme wealth. I was told that the 10 richest people in the world, with their combined wealth, they are richer than the 2 billion people who are in the lower rung of poverty. Can you imagine? Just 10 people can be and are richer than 2 billion people living in poverty. Let us see how we can actually improve our wealth and our situation so that we are blessed to be a blessing to others. There are many people out there who needs help, and let us find out ways that we can lend them a hand. Step number 1, planning. Everything starts with a plan. We need to have very careful financial planning. You may have a certain sum of funds or financial resources in the bank, earning today what we call a paltry sum of return. The interest rate is so low. Other ways you can plan to get better returns. Planning is very important. Sit down with your spouse, sit down with your family, and start writing. Put pen to paper and start planning your financial and how you can actually make use of what are the platforms available for you to grow your wealth exponentially in this time of extreme wealth. There's so much liquidity that is available. How are we actually looking at it or even just letting it go by? You know, there are 3 types of people. One who just watch things happen. One who make things, second is make things happen. The third one is they just look and say what happened. So which one do you want to be? Make things happen. Start your planning. That is step number 1. That is critical. And always revise and update your planning. Step number 2, you need to daily improve yourself. Listen to audiobooks if you don't want to read. And it's so easy. There's so many free resources on the internet. Go even to the YouTube and listen to many of the financial resources and gurus that are speaking there. There are podcasts available. Daily listening to all these top gurus, they are all very fresh and very updated, and these are successful people. Listen to them. Spend a few minutes each day. I spend a couple of hours listening to the gurus, the top successful people. What are the challenges? What are their ideas? What are the mechanisms, their ways, how they collaborate, how they leverage on the strength of each other to go into expanding, go into leveraging, go into very positive collaboration with each other. Seek out people who have the kind of advantages or knowledge that you don't have, because we don't know everything. There are people who can help us. When we collaborate and leverage with each other, there will be synergy, and this synergy can help us to multiply our financial resources and grow our wealth. Well, you may be saying you have enough, but let me forewarn you, there are many challenges in this world that may suddenly come out and disrupt our situation without us even knowing it. The third thing we need to do is have a group of people, what I may call loosely as a study group, an accountability group, because when you are growing your territory, your finances and your wealth, there need to be energy, there need to be different input from different people so that we can benefit from our blind spots. People can point out to us when we have a study group. We can even have WhatsApp group and have constant Zoom gathering and meeting on a weekly basis where we can ask questions and share, because our journey when we travel alone, it is lonely, and we can actually go into a certain rabbit hole without knowing that there are other possibilities of ideas or situation which we may have overlooked. So far, number one, planning. Number two, listen to audiobooks, YouTube, podcasts on a daily basis so that when you go to bed each night, you are 1% better than at the time when you wake up. The third thing is ensure you have a study group and accountability group. The fourth thing that I think we need to do is to teach, because one of the best way of learning is to teach. Teach and teach. Teach to whom? People around may not know, may not have the kind of financial knowledge or information because they don't know what to do next. They are stuck. They are actually maybe even in a situation where they are very hard in their thinking or even in their situation. They actually do not, they are actually lost actually. So we find people, help them, teach them, show them, hold their hands, and even hold seminars. They can be free, they can be coaching sessions, mentoring sessions, or you can have a small fees to cover your time, to cover your materials, to cover your various costs that you may have. So far, step number 4 is to teach. Step number 5, just like what I'm doing now, video yourself sharing something beneficial and upload it to your YouTube channel. You may not have a YouTube channel now, but why not during the time of challenge, when you're locked up in the house, time is on your side, start a YouTube channel. Talk about things that you know will benefit others. For me, my YouTube channel under Grandpa's Financial Wisdom is a channel for financial intelligence and financial literacy. It is free of charge for you to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button below and you will also be notified when I upload new videos. And please make your comments below so that we can all benefit from your input. Upload your video. You have many things. Leave a legacy so that others will be able to benefit. Benefit when? Now and even after we have left this world. We want people to benefit. There may be just one message somewhere that you said that inspire and trigger a thought in someone whom you don't even know, and they're in another country. That particular message may just wake the person up and stir him towards extreme wealth and exponential growth. You don't need to know it. Just feed your benefits and your knowledge and your know-how, your experiences, even share mistakes that you have made so that others will not make those mistakes. Point number 6 is to journal. Many people have forgotten how to journal or how to write. In my earlier days, I used to write a diary. But today, I notice among my peers and many of my friends and even relatives, this habit has gone to the background. They do not write or do not write their daily activities into their diary. I suggest that you journal and write down, just like what you're doing in point number 1, planning. Journal down all the activities that you're doing on a day-to-day, hour by hour, minute by minute purpose. This purpose and intention is to ensure that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are synchronized so that you can actually flow to ensure that you bring forth more positive sharing in your learning on a day-to-day basis to improve yourself, improve your wealth, improve your assets, improve your financial situations. I have shared before that there are only 3 ways that we can make our money work for us. 3 major ways. You may have more ways, but the 3 ways are: number 1, put your money to buy assets so that you can rent it out, receive the income, and that will be a passive income. If you have got some loans, you can go towards paying the loans, but eventually you will own an asset. So the asset will bring you monthly income. It will also appreciate over time. The second way to make your money work for you is to invest in stock and shares. Stock and shares is not rocket science. If you are a first-timer or a beginner, perhaps you want to invest in ETFs or in unit trusts, or get to talk to someone, talk to a stock remiser, a stockbroker to get you started. Or there are many books about investment in the stock market that you can read and improve your knowledge and exposure. Why stay where you are? Why don't you explore into areas that you can actually expand your wealth, expand your assets, expand your know-how on an exponential basis? Therefore, I urge you strongly to write down and daily do your journal in detail. As you journal, more ideas will come into your head. Point number 7, which I think is critical and the most important, is ensure that you have solid experience and very, very successful mentors to guide you. Now, how do you look for them? How do you find them? For me, some of my mentors are already dead. They don't live in this world anymore. But how do I get them to teach me? They are available on the YouTube. They are available on the internet. All we got to do is to buy their books or subscribe to their YouTube and listen to their wisdom, their guidance, especially in the field of financial intelligence and financial literacy. Because many of us have learned our money habits, our spending habits, and even what we think is risky investment from our parents. And our parents come from a background of the working class. My parents were working and they only have salary at the end of the month. So they are not business people. I learned all about my finances from them. But I have to grow. I have to continue to improve different ways because times, they are changing. I surround myself with mentors from the internet and also successful business people, local bankers, lawyers, accountants, money managers, real estate agents, financial advisors, insurance managers. All these people are available and they are just one phone call away. There are many of my friends who are successful business people. I interact with them, I call them, and I have a chat with them. And some of them are so experienced and so humble that we can learn. They may not be the best teachers, but just listening to their stories, listening to the wisdom will be certainly a very, very big plus point for each and every one of us. So just to recap, the 7 points are: number 1, planning, ensure you have planning. Number 2, listen to audios and YouTube and podcasts. Number 3, have a study group which also double up as an accountability group. Number 4, find people to teach, and teach, because one of the best way for learning and immersing the knowledge in you is to teach. Number 5, record your video, start a YouTube channel and upload this so that you can benefit people from any part of the world and you will leave a legacy. Point number 6 is to do daily detailed journaling. And point number 7, which I think is the most critical and important and invaluable, is surround yourself with experienced and wonderful mentors. Thank you for listening. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up and also share your comments below. Thank you very much.